you've just lost that opportunity to connect with your audience. So if there was a decision that you needed made at the end, you've just diluted the effect of that. We are live! So today I am going to talk to you about a topic that not many people will talk about. No one will really share this with you, but it's so important if you're running a business, because it will help you reduce that overwhelm, that feeling that you have in your mind. It will help to explain some of that stuff, and it will also help you to become more productive. So I'm speaking from one business person to another, and some of these things that I'm going to be sharing with you are things that I still battle with today. So don't worry about it. I'm not talking about it from a high horse and saying I'm perfect. Far from it. It's things that I've recognized and no one talks about it. So I'm going to share with you so that this may help you. This may actually help you produce more, grow your business. And that's really what I want from this video at the end of the day. So if you're new to this channel, my name is Jacqui Mwangi, and I'm a digital marketing strategist and coach. And I share content like this on digital marketing, as well as how to run a business, because I'm also a business owner and I understand it from the inside. And I share with you things that will inspire you, things that will help you be more productive, things that will help you reach more customers online. So hit that subscribe button if you're still new, if you haven't subscribed, so you can be, and turn on that notification bell so you can be notified when I make the next video, because you want to be here for the next one too, right? Cool. So this is the thing. I'm going to share this with you in two parts, right? So number one, the first part, and this is going to be the easier part to implement, but your phone is affecting your productivity. Mobile phones and technology were made to make our lives easier. But what it's done is it's increased the pace. It's like you were on a treadmill and now somebody has increased the speed and you hadn't quite worked up, you hadn't warmed up. So you're literally like in there pedaling and trying. But in reality, your human, what do they call it? Your old brain has not caught up to the fact that technology and the speed and the pace at which it's taking us, especially for those of you who are not born in like 2000 and something, like the pace that technology can take you is really fast. So one of the things that with technology is you've got it with you all the time. You've got your phone that has your email, it's got your calendar, it's got calls that will come in, texts that will come in, your WhatsApp, your apps, your marketing, your like everything is on this device that's with you throughout. So it's constantly interrupting you as you're trying to be productive, as you're going along the day. And the funny thing about it is it robs you of time in such a nice way that you don't even notice. You know, when I was growing up, we used to be told to make sure, like when you eat a meal and, you know, like Christmas or something, that you eat with your hands, and would always be told to make sure that you wash your hands. Because if you don't, this is what we're told, I still don't know whether this is true, because if you don't, rats will bite at your fingers and eat you and blow so you don't feel it, and they'll eat your fingers. So you'd be there scrubbing with a brush, soap and water to make sure that your fingers don't have anything that the rats can end up eating. Mom, if you're watching this, could you let me know whether this was true? But that's the thing when it comes to technology, to your phone, is it robs you and blows at the same time. So you don't realize how much time goes by when you enter a WhatsApp group, and when you look, it's been 20 minutes. Imagine how much you could have gotten done in 20 minutes. Or 1 hour when you were scrolling Instagram and you didn't even realize it was 1 hour. And today most phones come with either an app or inbuilt where they tell you how much time you spend on different apps. And you'll be shocked to see how much time you're spending on social media. And then saying you're busy. And I appreciate that perhaps social media, you know, I teach digital marketing. I'm a digital marketing strategist and coach. I teach people how to use digital marketing and social media to get in front of you. But if you're a business owner and you want to build your business, you're going to be less of a content consumer and more of a content producer. And that's a different realm. When you're producing content, it's got a purpose. When you're consuming content, that's where the time goes. That's the little rat that blows, gives you the positive goodness, endorphins. Every time you get a hit, every time you see somebody liked your post, every time you see somebody commented, every time you get a well done, it's giving you those excited, you're feeling, you've got that positive feeling inside you. And unfortunately, that can completely rob you of what you need to get done in the day, the important work that you need to get done in the day. So that's my first part, just to tell you to be conscious of how you use technology. I go into meetings with people, like Zoom meetings, and you can see somebody is busy scrolling or texting for like a couple of minutes before the meeting starts. And I'm usually like, wow, this has robbed us of the opportunity of getting to know each other, of getting to know what are the challenges, of even doing research. Because before the Zoom meeting comes, you can ask, hey, how are things over in your end? Has this improved? What's going on here? What are people saying about that? Like, get to know people, connect. But now you're like this, and then you only look up when the meeting starts. And what's worse is if you're the CEO or the head of that unit, or you're the one running the meeting, you've just lost that opportunity to connect with your audience. So if there was a decision that you needed made at the end, you've just diluted the effect of that. So that's the thing, like, manage your phone. It could be losing your business. It could be robbing you of productive hours without you even realizing. It shocks me whenever, and I have my people who I'm thinking about, whenever I send a WhatsApp message or a text message, because I'm not always on my phone, and half the time my phone's on silent or do not disturb, or it's off in a drawer in a different part of the house, because I know how tempting it is, and it's really hard for me to resist when it's sitting on the table. So if I need to do some deep work, I put it on silent, put it on do not disturb, put it in a different room so I don't get to see it, so I'm not using willpower. Because willpower is a finite resource. By the end of the day, that's why you're so tired. And that's why you're so susceptible to anyone telling you anything at the end of the day, because you've exhausted your willpower. That's why it's hard for people to make decisions and say no at the end of the day. That's why a lot of bad things happen at the end of the day, because it's harder for people to resist. You try putting that stuff there first thing in the morning when your willpower is like at 100% battery charge. You'll be saying no to the things that, that are not good for you. But at the end of the day, after 4 o'clock, that's when you'll eat all the greasy food, all the sweet stuff. Like, you're out of willpower, man. You can barely resist. So that's when you'll get into trouble. That's when you'll do stuff that you'll not be proud of the next day, because willpower is a finite resource. I don't want to use my willpower resisting my phone, so I put it away from me. But it surprises me whenever I send, I go onto WhatsApp and I'm responding to messages, and there are CEOs and business leaders and business owners who are like always replying. They reply to emails within 15 minutes. They reply to WhatsApp messages within like a minute, or within you sending it, or they're always online every time they're refreshing their feed. And it's sad, because what you don't realize is you rarely have moments of proper focus. And the thing is, as a business owner, business leader, you're not being paid to do, really. You're being paid to think. You're being paid to produce. So if you can't lock off the world so that you can think and come up with better products, better solutions, better support for your customers, and you're being interrupted every 10 seconds, 1 minute by notifications on your phone, like, you need to just watch that. Or try an experiment for one day. Like, just try it. You're like, on Monday or on Tuesday, my phone will have no notifications. I'll get back to it on Wednesday, or whichever day, and just see how that day goes. Just notice, 1, the world won't end. 2, you'll be at peace. And 3, you'll be able to produce so much more than you even imagined. So try that. Don't let technology come and affect your productivity, your ability to give us great products and services, your ability to produce quality, your ability to do more, your ability to think so you can be paid more, your ability to come up with what partnerships do I need, who do I need to connect with, what do I need to do to unlock this thing, how do I do this better. Like, don't let technology rob you of that. That's the first. The second thing is something that I'm still struggling with myself. And it's a big one, and it's harder for you to deal with because it takes a lot of thinking. And I have some techniques that I'll share with you that I use that are helping, but I haven't really figured out the end. Like, I'm not at the happy ending, but I'm putting it out there because it's gonna help somebody. And you know, if you've been on this channel before, you know whatever it is that I put it out to help you. So I know this is gonna help you out there. So the thing is that your busyness, you know, I say this with a heavy heart, but when we grew up, we were taught that we needed to be busy. Like, you always needed to be busy. And sometimes if you're not busy, you're bitten. Like, why aren't you busy? Why aren't you doing something? Go do whatever, yeah? And when you're busy, you're being told, why aren't you doing it faster? Like, why aren't you, you know? So that, I know, build us up to the point. I had it to a smaller degree. Like, I had the whole thing of you have to be busy. You can't just be lying around doing nothing, right? That works, especially when you're young. But we don't know how to outgrow it because it's become a habit over time. So we've become very focused on being busy. That's why you see somebody, like, we celebrate people who are really busy. How are you? Oh man, it's been busy. Oh man, I'm so busy at work. Yet, like, for me, whenever I hear somebody saying that, I'm like, oh really? What have you produced? Have you solved world hunger? Like, busy doing what? Because busy is nothing if it's not producing anything useful for people, right? But we have a hard time disconnecting from wanting to just be busy until it robs us when we're not busy. When you go on holiday, you can't settle, your leg is fidgeting because you want to be busy. It really, it hurts you because you're not able to detach, because detaching makes you feel like you're cheating on someone, like you're lazy, like your mother or father would be looking over your shoulder and going like, why are you not busy? You know, you go on holiday. What do you mean you're going on holiday for 4 weeks? Kwani hauna kazi? You know, like, that's a hard one to deal with because it takes you recognizing it. And that's like my biggest thing is me recognizing. I'm always being conscious to those moments when I feel guilty for not working on a particular day, or not resting, or not taking time off. And it's hard. Let me tell you, it's hard. Like, I'll tell myself I'm going to take Monday off because I worked the entire weekend, and I'm going to take Monday off. And then come Monday, and the first thing I do is I go to my email, and then I start replying, and then I see something.
I go down this rabbit hole, and then I decide I'm going to do something. So I'm going to check this, and then I'm going to check this, and I'm going to comment on this, and I'm going to make a couple of phone calls, and I'm going to do this, and the next thing you know,
it's noon, or it's 2, and now it's lunchtime, and I'm like, oh yeah, so then I eat, and after that, what happened to your day off? So that's another thing. Like, the second thing is really about that busyness, that busy feeling, that wanting to say you're busy. Stop yourself every time you want to say busy, because busy is not productive. I would rather when I call you and you're like, hey, how have you been? How is everything? I'm like, productive. Like, it's been productive. I managed to do this big thing. I managed to do that other big thing. Like, that's good. Not just busy. We stop people, you know, don't encourage people to just say, yeah, I've been busy. Don't do it yourself. So just that awareness, like, that really helps. And as we go along, I'll share with you more tips on other things that can help you. But I don't want you to end up becoming like hitching your wagon and just getting excited at the fact that you're always busy, and then you burn out. and you're always busy, and you're not producing, and at the end it's really frustrating because you're not getting the results that you want, the results that you are promised when you are told you'll be busy. Like, being busy will get you results. You're not getting those results. So yeah, I'll be sharing with you more on how we can solve this busy pandemic, right? So yeah, as always, it's always a pleasure. So if you enjoyed this, I know, just hit that like button, share it with a friend, and just tell me yes in the comments, or just tell me like, yes, I watched until the end, Jacqui. Wow, yes, I agree. I'm going to stop using, I'm deleting busy from my vocabulary, and I'm switching off notifications for at least one day, so that your notifications don't rule your life. Like, you're not always reacting to things that are coming at you. You're, you know, again, you're producing useful things. You're not just always reacting to what you're told in the email, reacting to what you've seen online, reacting to all these things. I want you to be productive. I want you to produce and to build a business that lasts. And these are some of the things that I'll be sharing with you. So I'll see you next time. Ciao.